everybody, Data Science Channel's Friday evening data munging session here. As the title suggests, we will be rocking the old Google Sheets query function this evening. That's very quickly become my favorite Google Sheets function because it's just so powerful. You can just do so much with it. I mean, if you're like me, you come from a database background, hey, you're in hog heaven with this query function, okay? So let's start out with we're going to take a second look at the life expectancy data from Our World in Data. If you're not familiar with Our World in Data, it is ourworldindata.org, and their tagline is researching data to make progress against the world's largest problems. Okay, they cover all sorts of subjects and data types, and most of the data, the majority is going to be in the same format you're going to see here this evening. Okay, do an import, upload, up here, life expectancy. Tonight we're going to look at a particular part of the data. They have a series of data that deals with income groups. It lumps, for lack of a better term, it groups countries into income groups from low income up to high income group. For life expectancy, let's see, view, data format, convert to table. Okay, so there we go. Let's come over here. Let's make sure this is actually a number, okay? I'm beginning to wonder if this isn't really a number. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Now, the data generally starts well, I don't remember this. Let's do this. Let's see. Well, let's sort the column names A to Z. Let's sort the column names Z to A for Africa. Africa's a continent, obviously. Let's just check the min date, the min year. Okay, there's something wrong here. Let's come up here. A1. Let's do shift home. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so here we are. Now we're back at the top, and let's sort these Z to A. Sort this column A to Z. Okay, now we're back here to the top. Let's see what we got here. Let's take a look here. We want to know the minimum date. So we're going to say C2 to C. See if this works. So the earliest year is 1543. The trouble is we don't really have C2 to C 2023. I don't remember being that much data in there. Interesting. Alright. Okay, so we got this. Let's just relabel this life. So when we do our, the first thing we want to do is, let's just narrow our data down, okay? Let's start with a very quick query, just to get things rolling here. So we're going to do A to D, right? Up life A to D, comma, so here's this. And let's begin with our first selection for year. We're going to say where you have to use the column letters is greater than or is greater than 1949. What happened to our code? This is kind of interesting. Okay, let's try this again because this doesn't make any sense. So we got life again equals query A to D, comma, select. We don't actually want all the data. We want column A, column C, and column D. Column A, column C, column, comma D, where C is greater than or equal to C is greater than 19949. Oh, okay. And D. So let's see how this works then. What's wrong? We didn't include the sheet name. Let's delete this. Equal query life A column D, comma, A comma C comma D, I didn't spell select right. Okay, so this is what we wanted. But now let's say where C is greater than 1954. C is greater than 1949. Okay, so that should be okay. Let's order all the function that you have and all the core functions in SQL you have here. So we're going to say order by. Good. Excellent. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to come over here. Brace yourself. We're going to convert this to a value. Okay. No more function. Up. Must be taking a moment to do this. Of course, if you're in the background, by all means stop and say hi, okay? Because I see 2 views already. Now this is interesting. Is it because it's taken so long to... Okay, so it did finish, but it took a few moments to... see, so this is now not a... This is now going to be our main data, okay? So come over here. We're going to say select don't even mess around. Let's see. What do you want to say? A, right? A to C, right? A to C. Now we could probably, now this is making a wild stab, but we could probably, you know, name the data. So that works. So now let's come in here. We're going to do a where. Let's see. Where A, like, single quotes. Now we're going to use the traditional SQL wildcard. And now we got the income. And now let's convert this to a table, to a table. So this is no longer a table, and just for the fun of it, let's format this as a table also. All right, there. Let's make sure this is a number. Good. Okay, so now we can get to work. All right. So we could begin right here. Okay. Now let's just come over here like this. Let's see what happens if we try to insert a chart. Oh, so we got to highlight the whole data, don't we? Okay, good. Okay, insert chart. Well, that's not right, is it? That's not what we're looking for. So what do we want to do? Okay, so let's insert a pivot table. New sheet. Rows is going to be entity. By the way, entity could be countries, it could be continents, It could be income groups. It can even be world. Okay, so that's what to keep in mind. Totals. Columns is going to be year. No, what's columns going to be? What is columns going to be? Columns are going to be entity. Oh, we got this wrong. We want rows to be year, right? And columns to be entity, right? Oh, so we can sort here. Oh, okay. Life in years. So we can sort here also. Oh, very good. Now I see. Now I see. By the way, let's see what we got here. Okay, so I see 3 people. Where are you 3 people? How come you're not in the chat session? Okay, I can use a little support this evening. Okay. Now we're going to do an insert chart. We're going to say, well, let's get rid of this. You generally have to sort of like only highlight the let's get rid of this pivot table. We don't want the totals. We don't care about totals. Insert pivot table. Let me wind up doing a 3rd session. We'll have to see what it. So is years, right? Columns is entity, and values is life in years. Okay, we don't want this or that. So go over here, we go across, we go down, we do an insert chart. Okay, so here we go. Let's customize. Let's just narrow this down to say 25 there. Vertical axis. Minimum of say 25. Okay, and a maximum, let's say 85. Or let's say 90 to start out with. Okay, there we go. Alright. Now we could also try a different plot here. Okay, let's get a little funky. Let's try an area plot. How about that? Scatter plot's kind of interesting. Yeah, ooh, we lost the column names again. Didn't we use column heads? Okay, good. So this is kind of long. Can we come over here? Legend font size. Let's try 10. Yeah, for our purposes, that's fine. Let's see. Change the title. Let's come back over here again. So let's do the vertical axis again. Minimum value 20. And again, maximum value of 85. Okay, good. It gives us a little bit more room there to work with, doesn't it? Did I spell life expectancies correct? EXP, ENT. Oh, I was close. Expectancy by income groups. Okay? Good. Okay. So here's our first chart for this evening. It's not too bad. Okay, good. So that's our first chart. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here to a new table. And we're just going to query the A to C, A colon C, comma, select. I always like to just test the system out, you know. Okay, good. Now we're going to get tricky. Now we'll come over here. We're going to say where B equals B equals 1950 or B equals 2023. So what are you going to pull out? Two dates. Okay, and there we have them. Beautiful. Absolutely marvelous. A, let's do this. Let's convert it to a Control C. Do this. Values only. So now it's a table. Now we're going to try a couple funky things here. Okay, we're going to come over here. We're going to do an A. We're going to insert a chart just as it is. Well, that didn't work right, did it? That's not what I was expecting that to turn out to be. Oh, what we have to do is, we have to come back over here now and do a second pivot table. And we're going to do what? All right, we want a second pivot table. New sheet. How's that? And a new pivot table over here. And we're going to say rows are going to be entity, no total. Column is going to be years, right, no comma. And value is going to be -, years. We want to sort, we want to sort this, show it as, interesting. We can do a percent of row, percent of grand total. That's interesting. We actually want something like this, but, oh shoot. So now we got the 2 years. So now we can do a chart, okay. Let's just see what this does here. Stacking, this is probably going to be a bar plot. This is going to be a bar plot. Okay, this is what we're looking for here. Very nice. Very nice indeed. This is even better than I expected. Okay, so we got, what do we got? We got the year here, right? Okay. 1950, and 1923. So you can see for each income group, you can see the 1950 age bracket and the 1923 numbers. Very nice. Let's see. Okay. 27, we got time for one more plot. We're going to come over here. And we're going to say, let's just call it change. We're going to compare this to this. Do it. Let's do a percent. Good. Okay, now let's do a new plot. Let's minimize this one a little bit for the time being. All right. So come over here now. We're going to do over here entity. And percent. Entity and percent of change. All right. Insert chart. Data labels. So I'm going to show you a little trick here. The trouble is you can't actually, I don't think you can actually remove the vertical axis. But what you can do is change the color to white. And now it's gone. And we don't really need entity either, because we're going to tell them what it's entity. Okay. okay? We don't really need that because we're telling it's percent change, okay? Now the question is, can we edit chart? I would like to sort this, but I haven't found a way yet. I actually asked ChatGPT that question earlier. Let's see what it says. Well, I'll tell you what. If you know how to sort a plot, okay, uh, stop by the chat session and let me know, okay? But can you see what happened up here? Can we expand this up a little bit? I could probably adjust these labels someplace, but you know what? 33-minute session, 3 good plots, and there you have it, my friends. That concludes tonight's session. Be sure to click that subscribe button for me as well as the like button and the bell icon to be notified. Who knows? I'm probably going to start doing more Google Sheets analysis like this, because I think the point to take from this is using simple query functions and basic plot and the basic pivot tables. We were able to get some really good information, okay, for the income groups. Of course, we can also do continents, but that's a subject for another matter, okay? Thanks so much for your time, folks. We'll see you Sunday night for Project 9 of the, for the Furniture Mart data set, okay?